Tension and crisis that emerged in the world influence Armenia even more than before. Deputy head of Azerbaijan's presidential administration, chief of the administration's foreign relations department, Novruz Mammadov. Azerbaijan and Kazakhstan to construct Tassim's underwater segment. U.S. newspaper The Hill publishes article about 20 January tragedy.
The tension and crisis that emerged in the world influenced Armenia even more than before. The deputy head of Azerbaijan's presidential administration, the chief of the administration's foreign relations department, Novruz Mammadov, told journalists. He said there should be a certain guiding in the development of each country, something Armenia lacks. They claim to be a younger brother, a slave, an outpost of Russia. At the same time, the leaders of Armenia have been about 3.5 years, maybe more, negotiating with the European Union. Armenian MPs and other people have repeatedly stated that Armenia is ahead of Azerbaijan and is with the EU. But suddenly, President Sarkisyan, without any explanations, made a statement that Armenia is joining the Eurasian Economic Union. He added, Mammadov said that if tomorrow there is a country which can be relied on, Armenia will immediately turn its back on Russia. He also noted that Armenia needs funding. Where can they get the money? Funding doesn't come from abroad. There is nothing in the country as well. Armenia's friends who stand behind them also don't have enough money. This puts Armenia in a hopeless position, Mammadov said. Moody's has downgraded Armenia's bond rating to Ba3 from Ba2, changing its outlook to negative from stable. Moody's said Armenia's increased external vulnerability due to declining remittances from Russia, uncertain outlook for foreign direct investment, and expected pressure on foreign exchange reserves were the main factors to affect the changes. Moreover, the country's impaired growth outlook, compounded by negative growth, spillovers from Russia, weak investment activity, and constraints on trade with countries outside the Eurasian Economic Union that are expected from Armenia's recent EU accession, were also behind the worsening rating for Armenia. According to Moody's, drop in GDP growth of Russia will also weaken the economic activity in Armenia. The Hill newspaper, which is the most influential publication of the U.S. Congress, which is constantly read by senators, congressmen, experts of foreign policy, and the general public, published an article by the Consul General of Azerbaijan in Los Angeles, Nassim Agaev. The article, Black January and an Unwarranted Nobel Peace Prize, tells about the events of January 20th occurred 25 years ago and the struggle of Azerbaijani people for their freedom. Heydar Aliyev, who would become later the founder of the modern Azerbaijan, came to Soviet Azerbaijan's permanent mission in Moscow and fiercely denounced the bloodshed, said the author, talking about the fact that a lot of innocent people were brutally killed by the Soviet troops during these events. The Consul General said that on October 15, 1990, the Nobel Peace Prize Committee announced probably one of its most unusual decisions. Mikhail Gorbachev, then president of the Soviet Union, was awarded the highly coveted Nobel Peace Prize, he said. The author said that the committee, which has forgotten the murders in Baku during the Black January, committed by the order of Gorbachev 10 months prior to the awarding, rewarded a man whose hands were stained with the blood of hundreds of innocent Azerbaijanis. Ironically, Alfred Nobel wouldn't have been able to establish the Nobel Peace Prize in 1901 had it not been the immense fortune he and his brothers made with oil development in Baku, Agaev said. And Alfred Nobel wouldn't have been able to even dream that his prize would one day be awarded to a man who turned the very city of Baku into a bloodbath, the Consul General said. Overnight from January 19th to January 20th, 1990, the Soviet army began military action against Azerbaijan without declaring an emergency situation. The investigation found out that 132 people were killed, 612 injured, and 841 illegally arrested, and hundreds of buildings destroyed as a result of this perpetration, according to official data from the General Prosecutor's Office of Azerbaijan. This crime also inflicted huge material damage to the state and its citizens. Kazakhstan and Azerbaijan have agreed on the construction of the underwater segment of the Trans-Eurasian Information Superhighway. Minister of Communications and High Technologies of Azerbaijan Ali Abbasov told journalists. The minister said a contract with Kazakhstan is planned to be signed in the first half of 2015, and the construction work can begin by late 2015. The TASIM project envisions the creation of a major transit link from Frankfurt to Hong Kong. The line will connect the major centers of information exchange in Europe and Asia together, stretching through China, Kazakhstan, Azerbaijan, Georgia, Turkey, and Germany. A reserved North Transit line will traverse the territory of Russia, Ukraine, and Poland. A memorandum of understanding was signed on the establishment of the TASIM consortium during the 19th International Baku-Tel 2013 conference and exhibition in December. In September 2013, the UN General Assembly passed a resolution supporting Azerbaijan's initiative on establishment of Eurasian Connectivity Alliance and construction of TASIM. Moreover, the minister highlighted that the Azerspace 1 telecommunications satellite will be self-subsidized starting from 2016. Currently, intensive work is underway on commercializing of services rendered with the help of the satellite, according to the minister. If the satellite operator repaid 50% of the attracted loans as of H1 of 2013, this figure has reached 75% today. Abbasov said that the satellite will fully cover the expenditures from 2016 and start generating revenues.
Bucharest supports the soonest realization of the agri-gas project. Romanian ambassador to Azerbaijan, Daniel Cristian Ciobanu, has said. According to the ambassador, all participating countries are providing political support for the pipeline, which will deliver Azerbaijani gas to Europe. A preliminary evaluation of the gas project has been conducted. Shareholders intend to pass a decision on the technical economic report in late January or early February. A declaration on the Azerbaijan-Georgia-Romania interconnector Agri project has been signed by the presidents of the participating states as well as the Prime Minister of Hungary. The project is aimed at providing a route for supplying Azerbaijani gas to European markets. Gas is to be transported from Azerbaijan to the Black Sea coast through the territory of neighboring Georgia, where it will be liquefied and further delivered by tankers to the Romanian port of Constanta. Gas will be transported from there to Hungary and onward to Western Europe. According to the Romanian ambassador, a meeting of the participants of this project will take place. Penspen company has already submitted the results of the initial stage, so the project is developing. You are well aware that the countries participating in this project support it from the political point of view. Three options of the Agri project capacity are being considered: 2 billion cubic meters of gas per year, 5 billion cubic meters, and 8 billion cubic meters. According to preliminary estimates, depending on this, the Agri project cost will range between 4 billion and 6 billion euros. The project is expected to be funded by interested companies. The Agri shareholders are the State Oil Company of the Azerbaijan Republic, Georgian Oil and Gas Corporation, Romania's state-controlled gas producer Romgas, and Hungary's state-owned energy group MVM. Each of the companies holds an equal 25% stake in the project.
Presentation of the Baku process and the Third World Forum on Intercultural Dialogue will be held at the UN headquarters on January 27th. The presentation ceremony will be organized by the Azerbaijani Minister of Culture and Tourism, Azerbaijani Permanent Mission to the UN, and the UN Alliance of Civilizations. According to the Minister of Culture and Tourism, the event will be dedicated to the 5th anniversary of the World Forum on Intercultural Dialogue that was adopted and supported by the UN General Assembly at the 65th session on September 23, 2010, on the initiative of Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev. The previous forums held in 2011 and 2013 on intercultural dialogue played an important role in promotion of the Azerbaijani culture in the world and strengthened Azerbaijan's importance in global processes. The event will bring together political figures, leaders of the organizations under the UN, officials of the Secretariat, as well as representatives of the embassies and diplomatic corps of different countries. A dinner will be given in honor of the participants. The event will also feature demonstration of a film and an exhibition dedicated to the World Forum on Intercultural Dialogue.
Azerbaijan is confident that the International Green Week 2015, which opened yesterday, will be successful for the country. According to the Ministry of Economy and Industry, more than 20 Azerbaijani companies producing more than 200 agricultural and food products participate in the Green Week, which will last until January 25. Producers and the agro-industrial complex of the Nakhchivan Autonomous Republic are also presented at the national stand, the ministry says. Azerbaijan Export and Investment Promotion Foundation is actively promoting the domestic agricultural sector. The agricultural sector is important not only for increasing Azerbaijan's export potential, but also protecting the country's food security. Protecting the quality and price of food produced in Azerbaijan and producing it in accordance with the quality standards are among the main priorities of the country's food security plan. In general, the country has experienced strong growth in terms of agricultural development in the last 10 years. As a result of the agricultural reforms carried out in Azerbaijan, guarantees were made for the dynamic development of agriculture. Thus, the agricultural sector was greatly changed, the new economic and property relations were formulated, and the regulatory framework was improved. It is believed that 2015 is declared as the Year of Agriculture in Azerbaijan with the purpose to give a new momentum to the development of agriculture, to accelerate its modernization, and ensure a systematic and comprehensive approach to solving existing problems in the agricultural sector, for an effective involvement of administrative and financial resources in this area, and broad promotion of the agrarian potential of the country.
Baku 2015 European Games has announced that some of Azerbaijan's most popular entertainers will become celebrity ambassadors for this summer's inaugural event. The names of 13 stars from the world of music, television and entertainment were revealed at a launch event at the Mugham Center in Baku. Azerbaijan's Minister of Youth and Sports and Chief Executive Officer of Baku 2015, Mr. Azad Rahimov said, "I am delighted to celebrate 150 days to go until the opening ceremony of the first European Games with the support of these fantastic celebrities as official ambassadors of the Games. And I am sure that our celebrity ambassadors will generate great excitement with the young people of Azerbaijan and encourage more people to get involved with the Games. The program will allow Baku 2015 to reach a range of audience in Azerbaijan and Europe using the celebrity ambassadors' star appeal and popularity to share a message about the event, which begins on 12th of June. Participants will help to promote the Games by visiting venues, taking part in countdown events, supporting campaigns, and using their own social media channels to reach millions of followers." Mr. Simon Clegg, the Chief Operating Officer of Baku 2015, said, "This announcement is the next step in expanding our ambassador program and continues the great momentum we are generating as we continue our preparations to deliver a spectacular sport event. I would like to thank all of our celebrity ambassadors for their support, and we look forward to working with them to help promote Baku 2015 in the coming month."